Good morning. Good morning. Please join me in opening hymn number 34 in the gray hymnal.
Rise in body and spirit, please.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Welcome to the Second Unitarian Church. I'm Diane Sander, a member of the Board of Trustees, and my pronouns are she and her. Today we're meeting at the Admiral at the Lake, the 2U Sanctuary, and continuing to meet virtually via Zoom. We're glad you are with us, whichever way you are attending. If you're in the sanctuary and would benefit from noise-canceling headphones, we have a pair for adults and one for children. Please see our tech team at the back. As we navigate varying needs of health and wellness, particularly related to COVID and flu, we welcome you to wear a mask. We have masks available at the table as you enter the building. We especially welcome newcomers and visitors this morning. Finding a new community and making new connections can be challenging. Please know that we are excited to have you and look forward to getting to know you. If you would like, there are blue mugs available during coffee hour you can use to signal to others that you would like them to come up and say hello. Additionally, we always need people in the kitchen after coffee hour, and that's a great place to see old friends and make new ones while lending a helping hand. This building has been ours since 1906. It's amazing. Many thousands of people have passed through our doors. Our building needs love and care. We just finished a huge campaign to have our building more accessible and more beautiful, and still we need regular help to take care of its many needs. We're asking you, regardless of your skill level, to let Brandon, our Director of Administration, know if you can help out around the building. He has sent out a survey. You can check it out. You can also speak to him after service today. We want to remind everyone that the sounds of children are always welcome in our service. Our worship today is led by Reverend Jason Lydon and Reverend Elizabeth Harding, along with Dan Watson as our worship associate. Music is provided by Interim Director of Music, Marianne Parker, and by Jim Simonis. Our time together requires a large group of people to make possible the worship, religious education, music, and technical production. Thank you to all. You can find many announcements about what is going on at the church in your order of service. We encourage you to check it out. Look at it when you get home. There was a flyer that you could access it through your phone. And this is a time to greet your neighbor. As you do so, you can do it with a gentle handshake.
Hello, we're ready to go. Hello, we're ready to go. Thank you. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and by this we live.
Good morning. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation, a community of children, youth, and adults, a people of many beliefs and traditions, bound not by the specific list of things we believe, but the values we share, where we keep love at the center. Whether you are joining us for the first time or for the 1,000th time, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God some of the time, all of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. Whatever your race, whomever you love, whichever way you move in the world, however much money is in your pocket, you are welcome here. And now, please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our congregational hymn, Spirit of Life. Please remain risen and join me in reciting our covenant. We covenant to build a community that challenges us to grow and empowers us to honor the truth within ourselves. We will be generous with our gifts and honest in our communication, holding faithful to a love that embraces both diversity and conflict. Called by our living tradition, we will nurture spirituality within a vision of the eternal, living out our inner convictions through struggles for justice and acts of compassion.
In just a moment, Maya here in the sanctuary in Harris at the Admiral will light our chalices, the symbol of our faith. We light our chalices this morning with these words from the Reverend Sarah Lamert. The element of fire represents passion, veracity, authenticity, and vitality. If the chalice is the supporting structure of Unitarian Universalism, then we are the flame. We are the flame fanned strong by our passion for freedom, our yearning for truth-telling, our daring to be authentic with one another, and the vitality we sustain in our meeting together. In all, there is love.
I'd like to invite those young in body or spirit to join me at the chancel for the time for all ages. Is this working okay? Okay, great. All right, welcome everyone. It's great to see you all. Happy New Year. So, at the beginning of a new year, and this year unbelievably is 2026, people often set New Year's resolutions. I'm sure many of you have heard about those. It's when you think of a goal or a wish or a hope that you have for the upcoming year. And I would argue that any time we set a well-intentioned goal or resolution, we could connect it to one of our UU values. Now, if I'm covering this up really quick, does anybody remember our UU values? Can anyone rattle them off? Yeah, I bet you can. Go for it, Marian. Give it a try.
Justice.
Yeah.
Number one, generosity, pluralism, equity, love, and I think I forgot the last two.
That's okay. Go ahead, Zella.
Justice, equity, pluralism, and generosity. I can't remember. I'm using JetPig. I can't remember T.
Using JetPig, the acronym, that's a great strategy. I think the only one we're missing is the I, which is interdependence. We're going to take we didn't name the T. We have transformation as well for the T. So I'm going to give you a few examples of resolutions that can connect our UU values. So one resolution that someone could make for their upcoming year would be, I will speak up when I see something unfair happening. And that, yeah, absolutely, Escher. That would connect to justice, and I would say also equity. speaking up when you see something unfair happening, that would connect with justice and equity. Or someone could set a resolution saying, I will practice swimming to master 2 strokes, freestyle and backstroke. And that would be a goal around transformation, sort of transforming their skills, transforming their abilities. I would say many, many people's resolutions connect with transformation, but they don't have to. Another resolution we could set, I will ask polite and curious questions when I hear about a tradition or idea that I don't know about. So remaining open and curious when we're presented with new things and new traditions or ideas. So that would connect with our value of pluralism. Hold on, I'll go through these and then I'll take questions and thoughts. So that would connect with pluralism. Another resolution we could come up with would be, I will throw away litter to help take care of the earth. And that would connect with our goal of interdependence. So we are dependent on Mother Earth, on the critters that we share the earth with. They are in some ways dependent on us to take care of them. And so throwing away litter would connect with interdependence. I will give at least 1 compliment per day to a friend or sibling. This is a very achievable, concrete goal, and that would connect with generosity. Generosity in terms of words of affirmation and connection with people. And then I really like this one. When thinking about our value of love, a goal that we could set or a resolution we could set would be, I will pet more puppies. Important note here is I'll ask the owners for permission first. That is very, very important. This is inspired by a friend of Reverend Jason's who actually set this goal one year. Did she achieve it?
I think so.
And brought more love into the world and to her own self through that. So those are some examples. Now, I was thinking about, okay, what resolutions do I have for this year? And I have a few, but one that I'll share with you is right now I'm training to run my 2nd marathon in April. And so, oh, thank you. And so a goal that I have is to run it maybe a little bit faster than I did my first one. So that's a goal pretty much around transformation. I think it has other impacts and other aspects of the values as well, but I think the biggest one is transformation. So I'm going to ask each of you to think for a moment if you have a goal or resolution for the year 2026, and if so, which of these values might it connect with? And I'd love to hear from a couple of you. Or if the whole upcoming year is kind of too much to wrap your head around at once, maybe it's just a goal for this week. A goal that you have for this week. Yeah, Marion, go ahead.
I have a resolution, but I'm not sure which one it would go under.
Okay, we can help you.
I want to read all of the series of unfortunate events.
Ooh, that's an excellent goal or resolution, to read all of the series of unfortunate events books by Lemony Snicket. Those are some fantastic books. Anyone want to help out, Marion? What value do you think that might connect with? I agree, yeah, sure. I think probably transformation. Expand your horizons through reading. Absolutely. Would anyone else like to share an upcoming resolution? Go ahead, Amaya. To be better at swimming. Great. Yeah, absolutely. And which value do you think that would connect with? Great. I agree. Yeah, so as I said, I think any well-intentioned, any good-spirited goal or resolution that we think of could connect with one of our UU values. So grown up, as you're reflecting on your own resolutions for the upcoming year, you can think about how does this connect with the UU values. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. Since today is an intergenerational service, we are staying in the sanctuary, so you can go ahead and return to your seats.
Thanks, our young people, for sharing your wisdom. So, as I remind you each week, you all make a commitment, a pledge to support the ministry of this, our congregation. And in addition to this pledge that you make each year, we take a collection on Sunday morning so that we can share with those who are doing justice work well beyond our walls. For those of you gathered here in the sanctuary, we will be passing around a plate into which you can put your change or cash or checks. And then you will also all see on the screen a phone number to which you can do text to give, which will be available during the music. For the month of January, we are sharing our plate with One Northside, and Jim has some brief words to share with us about One Northside.
Good morning. For most of the years that I've been here at 2U, I've been involved with the One North Side. One North Side came into being with the merger of the Lakeview Action Coalition and the One ONE, the Organization of the Northeast. So we cover the area from Fullerton up to Howard Street here in Chicago, and we've been involved in various activities where we had a citywide presence involved. I have been mostly myself, I've been involved with housing. I started when the condo conversion came by in the 80s and 90s, but now they find it easier just to raise the rents and make them unaffordable. And we fight with that. At certain times, I've been in demonstrations where we block the streets, and I've gotten to visit the police station because of that. But that's been unusual. We usually are very peaceful in our demonstrations, and I've been proud to go after a demonstration. I've been proud to go to the police and say, I'm glad that we were here. We were loud and we were proud, but we were very peaceful. Thank you.
Now I invite you to join me in reading our offertory words. The words are in your digital order of service and will be on the screen. This church is the community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to the life of this community, we affirm it and enable its participation in the larger world around us. The offering will now be generously given and gratefully received.
I invite you to join me in the spirit of prayer or meditation. Let us begin by breathing together. Relax your body into your chair. Allow your neck to relax. Unclench your beautiful jaw. And just rest into this moment. Loving divine, infinite wisdom, I offer up a prayer of lament this morning. U.S. bombs have dropped on the nation of Venezuela. Yet another war for oil is beginning. The president of our country is not even hiding behind lies. He's boldly declaring the goal of giving the largest oil reserves in the world to U.S. corporations. With tears, with anger, I offer up this prayer of lament. Let us turn our hearts to the wisdom of liberation theologians. The spirit of Gustavo Gutierrez reminds us of God's preferential option for the poor. The theological wisdom of Ivan Guevara tells us to reject U.S. imperialism as a manifestation of hell on earth. Enrique Dussel offers stories of religious rejection, of land theft throughout Latin America. With tears, with anger, I offer up this prayer of lament. As people in Venezuela run from burning homes, as people organize en masse to protest, as U.S. soldiers begin occupying the land of Venezuela, we are each called to find the spiritual tools within ourselves to act. With tears, with anger, I offer up this prayer of lament. Even as the world struggles with questions of survival, we each in our own lives are holding close to us our own struggles, our own loving experiences, our beloveds in need of care. Into this, our shared silence across space, I invite you to speak aloud the names of anyone you wish to lift up into the loving support of this community. With our deepest compassion, let us hold in our hearts those named and unnamed, those remembered and those forgotten. Let it be so. Amen, and blessed be. Dan, would you share our first reading, please?
Our first reading this morning is entitled Burning the Old Year by Naomi Shihab Nye. Letters swallow themselves in seconds. Notes, friends tied to the doorknob, transparent scarlet paper, sizzle like moth wings, marry the air. So much of any year is flammable. Lists of vegetables, partial poems, orange swirling flames of days. So little is a stone. Where there was something and suddenly isn't, an absence shouts, celebrates, leaves a space. I begin again with the smallest numbers. Quick dance, shuffle of losses and leaves, only the things I didn't do crackle after the blazing dies.
Our second reading, The Fire, is by beloved poet Mary Oliver. The winter, it seemed, the city was always burning night after night. The flames leapt, the ladders pitched forward. Scorched but alive, the homeless wailed as they ran for the cold streets. That winter, my mind had turned around, shedding like leaves its bolts of information, drilling down through history toward my motionless heart. Those days I was willing but frightened. What I mean is, I wanted to live my life, but I didn't want to do what I had to do to go on, which was to go back. All winter, the fires kept burning. The smoke swirled. The flames grew hotter. I began to curse, to stumble and choke. Everything solemnly drove me toward it. The crying out that's so hard to do. Then over my head the red timbers floated. My feet were slippers of fire. My voice crashed at the truth. My fists smashed at the flames to find the door. Wicked and sad, mortal and bearable, it fell open forever as I burned. Let us hear our anthem. Jason, do you have a favorite dinosaur?
An ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus is exactly what I was going to start off talking about today.
How convenient.
I know, that is amazing. We're still on the same wavelength. In the Cretaceous period, when Jason's favorite dinosaur roamed the earth 146 to 66 million years ago, there evolved a plant. And this plant only blooms after a fire. Think about that. You have Tyrannosaurus rex, velociraptors, hadrosaurs, ankylosauruses, triceratops, and other dinosaurs all wandering around while flora and fauna are evolving and changing all around them. And then an impact from the Yucatan or a fire, and they disappear, but the flora and fauna remain. One of the best examples of the pyrogenic flower is the Teleopea specosissimia, commonly known as Ra'ah, thank you. It happens to be the floral emblem of New South Wales in Australia, and it is frequently used as a motif on insignia and official emblems. It's one of the many species that flowers after a fire. So this plant only blooms after a fire event, and other pyrogenic flowers bloom a year after a fire event, or even moments after. You could argue that these flowers are like people. Some of us are late bloomers, and some of us bloom early, and others grow fast and furious. Each of us blooms at our own time, at our own pace. Just like these flowers. And the flowers react to the ashes and the fire around them, and they become a source of change and growth. And there are many good parts to being a flower that blooms after a fire. Around you is ash, and they flower, potentially increasing the rate of pollination and creating a seed boom, which satiates seed predators, positively affecting the overall germination rate. The delayed recruitment of seeds seen in pyrogenic flowering may also allow the plants to avoid periods of high seed predation post-fire. I had to look that up. And that means that when the flower doesn't bloom right away, it means that animals can't eat all the seeds and the flowers, and that lowers the amount of flowers and seeds for the future when animals do that. Flowering post-fire may also be advantageous in allowing the plants to take advantage of new and plentiful resources post-fire, avoiding competition during non-fire periods. In other words, fire is destructive and life-giving. These plants evolved around fire, using it as a tool just as humans do. And while it's not good to get attached to binaries, this one is fascinating for our reflection on the beginning of a new year. Out of the ashes blooms a new plant, recreating life over and over, even in the time of the dinosaurs. Life seeks out life to continue growing and changing, even in the midst of a dangerous time. And we are living in a dangerous time. Using fire to mark the beginning of the new year, we come to let go of dreams, behaviors, ideas, and things that no longer serve our purpose of love. As we take a little time to reflect on what we wish to unburden ourselves of or to let go of, I invite you to think about ashes. Every year, every religious group of people find ways to remember and acknowledge the preciousness, the sacredness of being, of life and death. Christians mark their foreheads with ash, remembering the Bible's words that we are dust, and to dust we shall return on Ash Wednesday, the first day of Lent. In Buddhism and Hinduism, dispersing ashes in water represents freeing the soul, moving it towards salvation or moving towards nirvana, a return to the elements. The sacredness of ashes in the pagan tradition points to transformation, mortality, purification, and rebirth. Knowing that we religious and spiritual folks are linked together on this earth and that ashes symbolize all these things, this ritual reminds us of being part of that interdependent web of life and death and everything in between. As we burn these pieces of paper and let go of our burdens, letting go of our worries and our fears, letting go of the dreams that no longer serve us, let us remember that each of us has that spark of the divine. Each of us has that sacred peace. And being together means we create and recreate that sacred in ritual, song, story, and practice. While we burn paper today, we also create sacred space for the ash that is left behind. I confess that when I started leading the burning bowl ritual, or fire communion as I called it, I did not think beyond the actual ritual. But members of Second Unitarian did, and they took the ashes and safely dispersed them in the garden behind our building. The ashes themselves, representing the burdens we left and the intentions we will set for this new year, sanctify our land and space, knowing that our community weaves together all the things we need in order to survive, in order to thrive. The paradox of life and death being entwined together, fire and light, ash and calm. When we are most aware of life, it is often because we are close to death. Once again, being aware of the risk of the binary and knowing that the presence of ashes allows us to be aware of that sacredness and preciousness of life made me think about my work. In palliative and hospice care, it means that death is always close by. And I found that many of my coworkers, precisely because of their day-to-day experiences, were more likely to seek out experiences that made them feel alive. In all capitals, alive. Skydiving, running marathons, participating in triathlons, hot air ballooning. Any experience that invites us, allows us to celebrate the fullness of life is what they are after. In the moment of letting go of our burdens, in the moment of saying goodbye to dreams and ideas that no longer serve us, we are the most alive. We are claiming this new year. We acknowledge that fear and sorrow, and we let it go to sustain us with that great love that urges us ever forward. Now, even if you do not have a piece of paper to burn away your old year, we invite you to come forward and take a moment and reflect on what you are letting go together. If you are new or visiting, you hopefully were given 2 pieces of paper and a marker. And so we invite you to take a moment and think about what you want to let go. And when you are ready to come forward and to put your pieces of paper from the old year in the bowl that Jason is preparing.
you have come forward and let go pieces of the past. Song leading is not exactly my strength. And my courage this morning seems to be lacking, and so teaching you a song isn't actually going to happen. But I will tell you the lyrics of the song that I was going to lead with you this morning. And the song comes from protest movements in the late 90s and early 2000s. I was going to share this with you even before the attacks in Venezuela, but this song specifically came from movements challenging US foreign policy in Latin America. And it is a story of resistance. And the words are this: we are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. All of our siblings, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up. We are rising up. Across cultures and around the entire world, the legend of the phoenix exists. Most cultural anthropologists suggest that the story of the phoenix dates back to ancient Egypt, though some suggest it goes back even farther than that. Humans have long found themselves gazing upon the fire and telling stories about it. All people have experienced times when they felt broken, down, beaten, the feathers upon their wings crisp at the edges, and then seemingly by a miracle, or with a sense of determination burning within them, placed there, many thought, by a god or gods. This feeling, this human truth became the story of the phoenix. Renewed, reborn, restored. One story about the phoenix contends that it is not an otherworldly divine being or even an earth-based goddess that transforms us into the icon of the phoenix. The Taoist teacher Deng Ming Dao writes, whether we remain the ash or become the phoenix is up to us. In this story, we have agency, our own commitment to survival, to resurrection, to the reclamation of life. That is how we become the phoenix. So what must you do to become the phoenix this year? Have you been navigating heartbreak? Have you found a loss of meaning in your life? Have you been wrestling with the way your body is changing? Is addiction taking over and making life feel unmanageable? What is it that has burned you up? And possibly more importantly, what will it take for you to create yourself anew out of the ashes? And I wonder if church has a potential to be one of your tools. Does singing in the choir give you new life? Does teaching our children make wings sprout from your back? Does listening to sermons give you nourishment to use your feet to perch with your chest up? What can church do to bring you out of the ashes? The renowned astronomer and scientist Carl Sagan suggests that stars are phoenixes rising from their own ashes. What is the light that you offer others to see as you begin your transformation from who you were to who you're becoming? This is not about a New Year's resolution to exercise more, eat healthier, or call your mother more, though those things might be important to you, especially for me. Call my mother more. Stars show us a burning that is so bright and so far away that some of what is burning has already gone out, and we are going to see it now because we are far enough away to gaze upon its beauty. How much space do you need from others for them to see the beauty of your phoenix? How close can others get to witness your transformation? Do you want to bring people close? Maybe even joining you in the flames? Or do you need distance that welcomes others to see you, to see the hardship, to see the burning, and witness the incarnation made possible from the coals of the ashes, but not so close? Just a minute ago, we burned away some stories of the last year. The phoenix has already been set ablaze. And now, within our hearts and within a spirit that we have shared with one another, we're going to ignite the bird even more. We need an abundance of fire to create enough ash to complete our journey forward. We need not to only burn things away, we need flames of new life. Just as humans have long warmed themselves by the fire, keeping hope alive for a new day, we too cultivate flames of hope. And so we're making a little bit of an adjustment to our ritual at this moment. One of the things I noticed as you came forward is that most of you use both pieces of paper. And I apologize for us not being more clear that we were going to use one and then another. Our bad. Instead, what we are going to do is Reverend Elizabeth will light our other bowl, the symbol of what we are burning into new life. I want you to see and witness this flame. That's why we have a fire extinguisher. One of the things we know about fire is that it requires oxygen to burn. In this space, our air is made up of so many particles, so many atoms, and we affect it. Our bodies, our breath, the ways we engage in this space. And so what I want you to do at this moment is think about that which you want to set ablaze that will bring your spirit into a new and transformed moment. Something that will give you new life. What makes you a phoenix reborn? as you bring that to your mind, Marianne, would you like to play us one verse of a song that you have for us? For those of you who do still have sheets of paper, I want to invite you to rise as you desire and come forward and burn your piece of paper here at this bowl. And as you are doing that, those who have pieces of paper, I want to invite others of you who are still sitting in your seats to raise up your arms, knowing that your body affects that which exists in this area, the sanctuary that we are being in this moment. I invite you to send that oxygen to this fire. Use your body to affect the atoms around you, knowing that you are setting ablaze that which will bring you into the life of a new phoenix. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands back down.
A blessing for our ashes. Out of the ash, a flower unfurls and blooms. Out of the ash, a phoenix rises and takes flight. May we bless the fire within each of us, the spark of the divine that kindles us on toward peace and justice for all. May we bless all of our hopes so that we can turn them into action as we need to in the coming days. Bless these ashes as they help keep our intentions in mind and ourselves unburdened by the things we let go today. May we be blessed by each other. Amen.
I want to invite you to rise in body and our spirit to sing our closing hymn, Fire of Commitment.
Come on.
our chalice, but not the light of truth that lives within each of us. I invite you to rest your hands upon your heart or clasp hands with those you're sharing your life with. Our earth has traveled around the sun yet again. Light is beginning to return to us. There are new possibilities ahead of us. Burn brightly